So, what is it about Canada? You hear it all the time. People from all over the world call it their dream destination. What is it about the Great White North that's just so magnetic? Well, let's dive in and find out. It might all start with just a little bit of magic. That postal code you see there, HOH0H0, yeah, that's the real official address for Santa Claus. The Canadian government actually recognizes him as a citizen. Every single year, thousands of letters from kids land right there. And look, this isn't just some cute little fact, it's the perfect window into Canada's character. It's a place where imagination is taken seriously. So, okay, that whimsical spirit is definitely part of the story. But if we look beyond Santa, what is it that truly makes this vast country a land of dreams for so many people who are looking for a new life? To really get it, you have to start with the sheer scale of the place itself. Canada is a nation with deep, ancient roots and a massive physical presence. And really, that size is the foundation of its promise. Just look at this contrast. It's kind of mind-blowing. Canada is the second largest country on the entire planet by land area, a massive, massive stretch of land. And yet, its population is just a little over 41 million people. And get this, about 60% of them are all concentrated in just two provinces, Ontario and Quebec. That's the nation's historic, economic, and cultural heartland. Now, this modern nation was forged over centuries. Long, long before any Europeans arrived, Indigenous peoples had been thriving here for millennia. Even the name Canada comes from their language. Back in 1535, a French explorer named Jacques Cartier heard the local word Canada, which means village, and it just stuck. After the Seven Years' War, the territory was handed over to Britain in 1763, but the journey to becoming a fully independent nation was a long one, really culminating in 1982 when Canada finally gained the power to amend its own constitution. But Canada isn't just about its history or its borders. A huge part of its soul lies in its raw, untamed nature. We're talking about landscapes that don't just inspire you, they kind of humble you. First up, the icon, Niagara Falls. Try to picture this. 3,160 tons of water thundering over the edge every single second. The roar is something you feel deep in your chest. It's just this raw, incredible display of nature's power. And then you've got the other side of Canadian nature, this profound, deep serenity. In places like Banff and Jasper National Parks, you find these impossibly turquoise lakes like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, just cradled by massive glaciers and watched over by roaming wildlife. It's really no wonder these are some of the most photographed places on Earth. And if you head even further north, the whole spectacle moves up into the sky. From about October to March, the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights, puts on this incredible celestial dance. And thanks to those clear, dark skies with very little light pollution, Canada offers a front row seat to this cosmic magic. For a totally different kind of natural drama, you've got to see the Bay of Fundy. It has the highest tides in the entire world. At high tide, 100 billion tons of water rushes in, completely swallowing these giant rock formations. But then, at low tide, the sea just retreats, and you can literally walk on the ocean floor. It's amazing. And Canada's nature has even inspired some beloved characters. The town of Churchill, Manitoba is famously known as the polar bear capital of the world. And Winnie the Pooh? He was actually named after a real bear from Winnipeg, Manitoba. So, yeah, just like Santa Claus, Pooh Bear is a proud Canadian. Okay, so the landscapes are epic. But a country is more than its landscapes. It's the people who live there. And Canada is this true mosaic of cultures, a vibrancy that really comes to life in its festivals, its food, and just its daily rhythm. Seriously, the calendar is packed all year round. In the summer, you've got the Montreal Jazz Festival, which is the largest in the world. Winter is celebrated with this huge festival called Winterlude in Ottawa, where you can skate on the Rideau Canal, the world's biggest natural ice rink. And then out west, Vancouver's summer sky gets lit up by the Celebration of Light, this massive international fireworks competition. And of course, you can't talk about culture without talking about food. So meet poutine. It's the unofficial national dish, and it was born in Quebec. It sounds so simple, just crispy fries, these squeaky cheese curds, and a whole cascade of hot gravy. But trust me, it is the perfect combination, and it is so much more than a snack. It's a beloved cultural icon. And speaking of icons from Quebec, think about this for a second. The province produces a staggering 70% of the entire world's maple syrup. That liquid gold is way more than just a pancake topping. It's a symbol of Canadian identity and a huge global industry. This cultural diversity is something you can also hear in its languages. So, Canada has two official languages, English and French. But what's truly remarkable is that the Constitution goes even further, officially recognizing the status of 53 Indigenous languages. That's a really powerful acknowledgement of the nation's first peoples. So you've got these vast landscapes and this incredibly vibrant culture. But for millions of people, the biggest draw isn't just what's already there, but the promise of what could be. So let's look at why Canada really represents a new beginning for so many. You could argue that Canada's greatest resource is actually its people. Check out this number. An incredible 56% of adults have completed some form of higher education. That makes Canada one of the most educated nations on the entire planet, and it's the engine that drives its strong, knowledge-based economy. So what is it that pulls people here? Well, it consistently boils down to three big things. Number one, space. Just the simple, powerful idea of having room to build a life. Number two is quality of life, a high standard of living that's supported by a stable government. And finally, opportunity. That's access to world-class education and a really robust job market. And all of this brings us right back to our original question. When you start to combine the vast, wild nature, the diverse and welcoming culture, and the real promise of a stable future, you really start to see the full picture. At the end of the day, the message couldn't be clearer. For people all around the globe, Canada has become a genuine haven, a place where you can start over and really build a new life. So I'll just leave you with this thought. If you're looking for that rare blend of breathtaking natural beauty, a welcoming and diverse culture, and the promise of a secure future, could Canada be the place that you're dreaming of?